The war on the things that we can purchase is getting tighter and tighter, meaning there may be some things that they keep from you, all in the name of safety, to make sure that you're not buying things that are bad for Americans. Now, what do I mean by that? Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that I purchased just this last week, because truthfully, if we don't start stockpiling on some of these things, I honestly believe most of these things that we're going to be talking about will literally be taken away from us, and we're not going to get the opportunity to buy them anymore. Now, when I start telling you these things, I think you're going to say, oh yeah, I understand where he's coming from there. The importance of being a prepper and stockpiler is to make sure that you're putting up stuff that benefits you in the long run, and it's versatile. Well, today we're going to talk about just that. What are some things that we should be purchasing this week, that I purchased this week, that was very good to have, because one day it may not be able to be bought. Very serious. Guys, let's jump into it. Today's video starts right now.
You said you had to go away just to figure out who you are, and I'm in this empty house with your pictures on my wall, but I don't have you, I don't have us.
Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you're new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's okay, but let us know what you think about the content in this video. Our goal is to grow together, to be a stronger community in understanding sustainable living, prepping, and homesteading. Also, when you give us a thumbs up, it does help us stay in the algorithm and it helps us share our message. So please subscribe, share our video to your friends. Hopefully we can all gain wisdom from it. Now, let's jump into the content for today. 5 things that you should buy this week. Now, number 1, it's a bigger purchase, but I believe if you don't start buying them, you're not going to have the opportunity to buy it, because there's one case going to the Supreme Court about a version of it. There's also several states that are outlawing it and saying that this is not part of your Second Amendment rights, which is a wrong approach. Number 1 is an AR-15. Now, I would buy this in a 223-556 platform, which is the most common, but buy this today. You can buy used from a pawn shop or maybe from a friend if you transfer it, depending on what you're doing. And also, there's a lot of sales at some of the big box stores on these right now. Go purchase one. Story come out this week, said 7th Circuit Court of Appeals said that these rifles are not protected by the Second Amendment. That is dangerous precedent that you're hearing right there. So your liberties and freedoms may be taken away because they're saying it's unlawful for you to have that right to buy it. So pick this up today. Do not push this off. This would be a great investment to have, only if you just keep it in your closet. Hopefully you won't lose it in a fishing accident like I lost all mine. But the main thing is you need to take care of yourself, and security and self-defense is a big part of that. This is a good investment for self-defense, but not only that, it's a great investment because it gives you a protection and gives you a right that you had in the Second Amendment. Don't let them take it away. Number 2 is red meat. Now, I know that sounds crazy to you. Here's what I'm saying. It's deer hunting season for most places. Go out and learn how to take a deer and bring it back home if you can. If you have private lands, great. If you have public lands, make sure you follow all regulations, but you need to find a way to bring in some red meat. If you have sheep, if you have cattle, or you have some access to sheep and cattle, start buying it. There was a study that came out this week that showed that they're going to start putting warning labels, kind of like the Surgeon General warning label on cigarettes. They're going to start doing that for climate change on beef. They are slowly and surely trying to get your meat away from you where you can have the protein in the beef. So find red meat such as sheep or deer that you can put up. Buy a half or a whole steer or cow from a farmer and learn how to process it, or just take it to the local butcher, let them butcher it for you and put it up. Learn how to can the meat. I think the biggest game changer for us was when we learned how to can meat, when we learned how to preserve meat such as beef jerky, when we learned how to do more with meat than just put it in the freezer. This is a game changer. Find ways to keep red meat, not just in the freezer. If you can buy in bulk. And if you buy it in bulk, learn to do a lot of your own processing. If you can harvest, go harvest a deer when the season opens. Learn to be a hunter-gatherer like we once were. Don't look for the conveniences of always being able to go to the burger shop down the road. Number 2, red meat. This is something that the government will work as hard as they do on the Second Amendment to get it away from you, because they want you to eat the bugs. Remember, Tyson just invested in a big insect plant to develop sustainable protein. You know what's so funny? Meat is a sustainable protein. That meat walking out there, it lives off the land. It feeds the land back with its manure. Then we process it, and that process keeps on going on. That is true sustainable protein. Number 3, I bought a new knife this week, a new awesome Smith & Wesson knife. I will link it below, the one I purchased. It is sharp, it's nice. I always carry a knife. I'll actually link 2 knives that I just purchased. Both of these knives were basically used for hunting and for utilizing around the farm. The other ones I've sharpened so much they kind of started getting dull, and I have some bigger versions of them too, but I wanted something, again, a nice pocket knife that's really nice and comfortable to carry in jeans, and this is it. So find a good quality knife that you can keep in your pocket. A knife is an EDC for me, everyday carry. I'm gonna do another video on my new updated everyday carry that I carry every day. That's the whole point of it. But this is one thing that I think you need to make sure you have. Knives you can buy for pretty economic, or they can go very expensive. We've gotten some that's personally milled for me, literally from a blacksmith that's local, but that's not something you have to do. I can show you the one I've got. It's very sharp. You'll be very pleased with it. It sharpens really nice. I'll link it below. This is something to have good on you. You never know when you may need a knife. I know in the South and in the country where we live, everybody's got to have a knife on them because you never know what you may need it for. That might be the redneck in me. But you need to pick up a nice knife. I'll link the one I've got below. Number 4, I talked about this in another video. Natural gas and propane always goes skyrocketing high when it comes to this time of year, winter. Everybody knows to use it. Also, you see the banning of stoves are truthfully happening. They don't want you using natural gas or butane in homes, propane in homes. So they're trying to outlaw it. That's another thing that will be banned before long because they want you on the grid to control the grid. Sorry, it's just the truth. So this week I bought several extra propane tanks and refilled the ones that I've used. Now these are the size that I'm using for things like the little buddy heater, things like a gas grill that I'm using on the back porch. I wanted to make sure I had a few of those extra. I also have a little outdoor cooking thing I built, basically this outdoor kitchen, and I basically have a propane tank underneath that little cooktop so I can utilize it outside because it's beautiful outside when it's cool, and it allows me just to cook outside. It's just fun. I enjoy doing it for the kids in the mornings. Real brisk and have a cup of coffee. So I bought extra propane this week. I bought extra propane tanks. You can usually pick up those tanks for about $40. You can refill them for about 20 bucks, but it's going to get more and more and more expensive. So if you can, go ahead and buy some more propane, some more butane, some more natural gas, whatever you're utilizing around your home. This would be a great investment this week. And number 5 is wood cutting tools. Now, I have a chainsaw. I actually have 2 chainsaws. I have several axes, but this time of year is very important to have good sharpened axes, good saws, like just handheld saws or a chainsaw. You never know what you may need them for. This time of year I start dropping a lot of trees so we can have for heating our home, actually even cooking outdoors. I love cooking over open fire, so this is very important to me. So we bought some new chains, some new sharpeners. We also bought one more new axe and a new hatchet to put in our bug out bag. All those were investments that we done. Now I'll link the ones that I have below. Again, not that you have to get those. These are just the ones that I tended to look towards this week. My goal is to always think past what I'm actually dealing with. As a prepper, that's what we do. Well, when it comes to taking care of yourself, that's the things the government wants to ban or take away from you. They want to take those freedoms away. Well, if you have a way to defend, you have a way to hunt and gather, you have a way to put up food, you have a way to utilize a knife for skinning and processing, you have a way to cut the wood to then burn a fire, all those things makes you very independent. And do you honestly believe the government wants you independent? When you're independent, you see the liberty and freedom that you have, and you're not so easily entangled living off government help. So pick up these things this week. 5 things that I think you need to purchase. This is some things are more expensive, some things are pretty economical, but I do believe all these are assets for you. No matter where you live, what you do, start looking at some of these options because it will only benefit you in the long run. Comment below, tell me what you purchased this week that could help towards your preps, help towards survival, help towards doing what you want to do best for your family. It may be, hey, I'm on a budget, I had to buy a new multi-tool this week. Hey, I had to buy a new hammer because I'm building something this week. Let me know what you purchased this week as you prepare to go into late fall, early winter. What are you doing to take care of your family? Guys, comment below, let us know. Thank you so much for watching and keeping up with our family. It means the world to us that you do. Again, remember the giveaways. All it takes is you subscribing, you signing up, and you giving us a thumbs up and telling us you're subscribed. We appreciate you watching. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving.
Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do. It's hope.